Well, hey, everybody, welcome in to Day by Day. He's Alex, I'm James, and it is finally game week. By the time this comes out, it'll be one day till the Huskers play Cincinnati. I am pumped. Can't believe it's here. How you feeling?
I was just telling you before the show, I feel unprepared. Like this snuck up on me. Maybe you could tell me. I'm hoping you tell me you went through kind of the same thing when you had your first child, where you just kind of zone out on the things that you enjoy and are all in on the necessities.
Sure.
So,
Yep.
And
So you're
then
saying game week snuck up on you?
football season snuck up on me. Like just all of it in general. It's August, right? Like the end of August, and I feel like it's still 3 weeks away, like naturally.
Agree.
So I don't know if that is tied to being a homeowner all of a sudden, a new parent. I started a new job in November. Like, is it all of it? Am I just kind of numb to it? I don't think so, because I'm pretty jacked. Yeah, it's. I'm just. I took my wife and my son to Husker Hounds on Sunday. We had to get him a couple of new Husker onesies. He's got some that were hand me downs, but we wanted his own. And I've told the story to you, James. I bought a grill. I bought a Blackstone in May, never opened it, and then I won a bigger Blackstone at a golf tournament about a month ago now. I finally put together my Blackstone on Sunday.
So you're ready to grill for the game?
Yeah, I got to season it tomorrow. I went and picked up propane tonight. I have to season it tomorrow, and then it will be ready for Thursday.
So what are you going to make? I mean, it's an 8:00 game. This is like,
I think we're just gonna do smash burgers and like tater tots on that with some bacon. I have to get my smoker up and running so I can make cheese dips. That thing is like ready to go, but it was gifted to me. I got to figure out how to reset it so I can link it to my phone because it's a Wi-Fi one.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, just got a couple of things to get done. That won't be done before Thursday, unfortunately, but everything else might be.
The kid thing, I will tell you, I've noticed since I've had kids, just paying attention to anything outside of Husker sports is really difficult. Obviously, they have their own, two of them, three of them play sports, different sports, and then the youngest one just has gotten into it. They have their own schedules. They all like Husker sports, so they want to watch with me. But I tell you what, like, I do not sit and watch college football for like 14 hours a day. I wish I did. But like being a homeowner, right? It's like, man, like the grass still grows till like October. Like,
yeah,
I'm not cutting it Monday through Friday. There's just so much going on, and I work. So I watch games Thursday night, maybe once they're in their rooms on their own, doing their own thing, or they might watch with me, the school year. One of them's 4th grade. He needs to go to bed at an appropriate time. So it's like, I don't get to watch all the games, but what I do tell them and what like my wife knows is like, there's 12 Saturdays with Husker football. You guys are welcome to watch with me. But if you don't, I'm watching this one game for 3.5 hours. It's also kind of like all I can give my emotional energy to. Like I just can't handle. Like I wanted to watch Iowa State and Kansas State, but it was my daughter's birthday, and so we went to Platte River State Park, and it was just like I would have loved to watch it, but it's like I'm not emotionally invested in that.
I took a nap.
Yeah. So I get it. Football season sneaks up on us when you're.
I'll tell you this too, and maybe this ties into it a little bit more in season, but based off of what you said, I found when I was doing my Creighton podcast and when I started doing all the Nebraska stuff, my bandwidth for everything else in that realm disappeared. Like I might watch 1 or 2 extra games on a Saturday of college football. I watch almost 0 NFL football now. I'm a
100%.
huge Celtics fan. I did not watch a single playoff game last year when they won the title. I just, my bandwidth is so limited, and so
I know
I
you're
totally get you there.
I know you're a Giants fan. Do you follow? Do you just look up box scores? Do you follow live? Like, how do you like? I listen to Royals games when I'm driving around town. Of course, I can't watch any because they're all on FanDuel, and I'm not going to pay for that. I watch highlights, but like I love baseball, but it's like I can't watch 162 games. Some people do. How do you follow?
Yeah.
How do you follow the Giants?
So, because I don't cover any baseball, I have a much bigger bandwidth for that. So I watch them a lot. I'm actually watching them right now against the Cubs.
Okay.
But also for me, it's a West Coast team. They play late at night. So like
I was gonna say it's perfect time, especially as a new dad, man. It's like prime time to watch games.
I'll fall asleep a lot watching them play, which is totally fine. But the biggest thing for me too, James, like I recently I sat in on like a webinar for my work, and the coach was talking about like time management, which I'm notoriously bad at, but basically said turn off all notifications on your phone except for like text, phone calls, and calendar.
Yep.
And I did that. And so I've noticed over the last 4 weeks, half the time I don't even know when the Giants are on because I don't have the notification from the app anymore.
Yep.
But it's also made me much more in the moment when I'm home. Because I tell all my clients and partners like, hey, from 5 to 8, you can't reach me. Like that is dedicated family time.
Yep.
After 8 o'clock, you can get a hold of me.
Yep.
But I'm just so that has been a nice change that I've had to learn, but it's been nice.
I love it. I'm saying I haven't had notifications on for a long time other than phone, text. It helps. It does help.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk some football.
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we get into it, everybody, you can find us at characterchronicles.com, YouTube, Spotify. Would you hit the subscribe button? We're getting into football season. It's when most of you are here to watch. And we would love it if you would subscribe. Helps more people find us. Give us a like. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think this first game for Nebraska will be in terms of your final score prediction. So thanks for tuning in. All right, so we are going to just preview the game this week. We're playing football. Nebraska's biggest game of the year because it's the first game. These first games now in kind of the NIL transfer era to me are kind of weird because it does feel like you don't have a completely new team, but I don't know what you've heard or watched this week, but it kind of seems like people out there, whoever those people are kind of painting Cincinnati's offense to be like, I don't know, like the second coming of the scoring explosion. And right. I think Andrew is actually here. I'm going to let Andrew in. Andrew just tuned. He's camping. Perfect.
He's a lurker. Here.
Yeah, he is. I'm adding. Look at this. This is like live. You guys are watching this a day after we're recording, but Andrew's sitting on the mountainside.
I'm not camping. This is just a Tuesday after work.
Where are you?
Rub it in.
Now? So I'm in Washington State, Olympic Peninsula. I'm at Lake Crescent, and I'm on my paddleboard in the middle of the lake.
So are you?
I hope you drop your phone.
You're like alone. I mean, you're with your family, but you're alone right now in the boat.
Yeah, they're all on the shore. I'm just on the board.
All right. How long do we have you for?
However, I don't know.
Let's roll, baby. This is awesome.
I was starting to feel bad.
People need to tune in more for more exotic locations in the future. So
this is fantastic. You might.
Can you give us a paddleboard tutorial?
Right.
So Andrew, we were literally just getting to the game. We were talking about parenting stuff and not being as maybe tuned in to the whole sports world, and we're just kind of focused on our team.
Yep.
Now that we're parents, well, Alex is a newer parent, but just like parenting changes you. So anyway, we're just getting to the game now. And I said, I feel like people are kind of making Cincinnati out to be like scoring explosion 2.0.
Right.
What for both of you, have you kind of gotten that sense like, oh my gosh, yeah, they're just going to be unstoppable. We might as well not even show up for the game.
Well, I mean, two former Big Ten backs, I think is, I don't know. That couldn't make it on their teams, obviously. So read into that what you want. But
how about you, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as you got to grade it on a curve, right? Like everybody scores in the Big 12. There's not a team that doesn't score in the Big 12. And I just, no shade to be thrown at Cincinnati. I don't think it's the same for two reasons. One, you're not going to get as many possessions. You're just not, because it's not going to be air raid. Two, I don't think they're going to face very many defensive front sevens like they're going to see on Thursday night. And even in the Big 12, you have to be able to run the ball for chunks at times, and I think that's where they're going to struggle. Now, Mike and I think Mike's still in this camp, but I am in the camp where this could be a shootout. I think it favors Nebraska if it is a shootout, because I think the defense will come up with those clutch stops.
Yeah.
And first games of the year to me really come down to coaching staff and talent.
Yeah.
And I just don't think Cincinnati's coaching staff is on par with Nebraska's, and I think Nebraska's talent is far and away better.
Yeah.
I agree. When you talk about the talent level in the conference, right, and everybody scores in the Big 12, to me the Big 12 is kind of the new, or what the Pac-10 used to be. Like that, It just feels like it is now just a shootout. Every game's a shootout. Every game's 45-38 or something like that. I'm looking at last year's strength of schedule. Nebraska played the 15th toughest strength of schedule. 15th toughest schedule. Cincinnati was 61st. So kind of middle of the road in terms of FBS teams. Their offense, when you look at like their offense statistics, I'm like, I know, again, there's different players, got some backs from the Big Ten, but you're right, Andrew, they didn't play on those Big Ten teams. So I'm like, they averaged about 25 points a game. That's where Nebraska was. 6.1 yards per play, a little bit more than Nebraska. They were worse on third down than Nebraska, better in the red zone. Their field goal, in terms of like special teams, wasn't anything to write home about. And I'm grading on a curve, and I'm like, those offensive numbers were against Big 12 defenses. The one time Nebraska played a Big 12 team, you dominated them. They played the same team. They lost to Colorado. New players, right, at some positions for both teams, but I agree with you, Alex. I was like, they've never played a defense like Nebraska's. They're not going to see the size on the defensive side like Nebraska.
And when you're comparing line by line for the offenses, it cannot be undersold how much different and cohesive this offense is going to be under Dana Holgorsen.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see it.
The fact that those numbers are as close as they are between Cincinnati and Nebraska offensively, both with Nebraska playing in the Big Ten and having Scott Satterfield's brother as the OC. Yes, I know it's not really his brother, but I'm going to continue to make that joke.
That's like fact check. No, okay.
I just can't be undersold how much more competent this offense is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm taking. So if I don't know if I'm going to be here for prediction or not. So, but my prediction is going to reflect. I'm going to trust more in our offense than our defense. I guess if I'm going to pick a unit to have a first game jitters, I'm actually going to go with offense being more productive, and I clearly have Nebraska winning, but I wouldn't surprise me if the defense gives up a little bit in this game. But
yeah. So what are you guys expecting to see from both Nebraska and Cincinnati. The other thing I thought is I don't think Nebraska is going to run exactly the same defense that they ran last year. I think there's going to be things that Cincinnati's never seen on film. Maybe you could go back and look at what Buffalo had done in the NFL when Butler was there, but
yeah,
I think there's going to be some wrinkles. It's like they've never seen Nebraska do this. So and then put on top of that the environment that Cincinnati's going to be playing in while they're wearing dark jerseys.
I heard somebody. Well, I heard Sean Callahan today make a good point that he goes, "This isn't your normal Lincoln crowd either. This may be a younger, a little more, maybe a little bit more liquored up crowd that
stuff.
from the tailgate." So, I mean, yeah, this isn't the usual, lifelong ticket holders that
Agree
are a little sleepy at Memorial sometimes. So, yeah, it could be a really cool atmosphere.
Yeah, you're not like, to your point, Andrew, like Nebraska's not going to have to do something early to get the crowd into it. That crowd's going to be ready.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many guys I've talked to. I can't explain it. Like, I know of at least 30 people that said they are going to be tailgating all day. They're going down tomorrow, and they're starting tomorrow. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be
a whole crazy
different world.
Yeah.
You know what it's gonna remind me of? Like, based off the people I'm talking to and the mindset that they have going down there, it reminds me of 2014 Miami. Like, that's how jacked up people are.
Yeah.
Sure. So what are you guys looking for from Nebraska? I want to hear kind of your keys to victory, but that's not what I'm getting at yet. Just in terms of from the offense and defense specifically, what are some things that you're going to watch for or that you expect them to do that maybe we didn't see them do last year?
I'm probably looking at our physicality and the improvement in that area. More so thinking down the road to Big Ten. I'm probably gonna be comparing Cincinnati to, okay, these guys look like this. How are we gonna look against Big Ten teams? So I think you hear that we're bigger, faster, stronger. I think we obviously spent money in the off season, so really just overall, how's that talent level look?
Yeah.
How do the bodies look? And then I want to see it be clean, I guess. I know first game not going to be clean, but let's see the veteran offensive line not have a bunch of false starts. Let's see guys, pull up at the sideline and not get personal foul penalties. Like, I think hopefully those things will tell tell a big part of the story for this year. So
that's good.
So, Andrew, I'm going to push back a little bit. I am going to be totally okay with one or two personal fouls on the sideline as long as they utilize it, right? Like, coming from the basketball world, like, you get 5 fouls, you have to if you're going to use all 5, you better use one seriously.
And not at a crucial moment of the game.
Yeah, early in the game, their quarterback's scrambling on the sideline. You make him think twice about not waiting till the last second to get out of bounds, even if you give up an extra 15. What I really want to see, to your point, Andrew, I don't want to see the full starts. Like, that's huge. But for me, I want to see defense not giving up those 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s consistently. Like, my biggest gripe with the defense last year was how much cushion we gave at the line of scrimmage to receivers all the time. Are we gonna go cover 0 once in a while? Are we gonna bring pressure? Are we gonna do some rolling coverages where we bring a corner on a blitz or something? Offensively, I just want to see something that makes sense. Like, we talked about it last week, right? Like, randomly last season, things were thrown in that didn't build off of anything. And I don't remember which game it was. It might have been UTEP or one of the early games where the TV guys were talking about how they didn't ever do anything to get Dylan warmed up or in a rhythm in a game. And they just threw it at him. Like, I expect to see some short, easy ones early to not only get him in a rhythm, but get the receivers in a rhythm. Like, it's important for them too. We talk about running backs all the time. It's anybody who touches the ball has to get into a rhythm.
Yep.
So that's what I expect to see.
Yeah.
Agree. I mean, you guys kind of said exactly what I was going to say. I want to see the defense get off the field on third down. I want to see when our offense gets in the red zone. And for me, red zone as a fan, I'm not a coach. For me, the red zone is like, man, when you get inside the 30-yard line, like let's score points. So when they get inside the 30, I want to see a score. I would prefer touchdowns. I think we'll hit field goals this year, but I want to score inside the red zone. So third down, red zone, and red zone defense. Can you hold them to a field goal? Or can you get a sack on a third down, get them out of field goal range? So that kind of stuff. I think the first game is always going to be messy, but in those key moments or those maybe inflection points in the game, can someone make a big play? Right? Okay, yeah. So you had a personal foul earlier. You had you jumped off sides. There was a false start. Can you forget about it? Can you pick yourself up? And can you go make a big play? I think that's one thing that has just held Nebraska back for, really probably the last 5, 7, 10 years. Can you forget? Do you have a short memory?
Yep.
And then go make a big play.
I think the point you're making here, James, and tell me if I'm wrong, but and you can see this on the field, like when the pressure's on for the last 7 years, we've been playing not to lose.
100%.
Can they flip that switch to, hey, we're playing to win?
Yeah.
Because those aren't the same thing.
They're not.
I can tell you, I think our quarterback believes that. I think that's another X factor. I want to see the juice that he comes out with on that stage with kind of all the comparisons to Patrick. And I just look for him to, he wants to kick off this season and he's got aspirations of national championship and Heisman contender and all that. Yeah. So, that would be the story I would love to come out of it with, is that
my goodness,
he's making all the sports talk shows for the rest of the week, so.
Yeah.
You saw glimpses of it from individual players. I think you saw Emmett at times just play with his hair on fire and not to lose. Yeah, I think you saw it a few times from some defenders. But can you get all 11, all 22 guys for a whole game to play that way? Like, that's the key. I think that's what – I'm not even talking about a championship team. I just mean a good to great team. Yeah. That's what's going to be the difference for Nebraska this year between winning 7 games and winning 9 or 10. And I think this isn't the most important game of the year for me, but I do think it will set a tone for how you now go into the next 2 games against tomato cans that you should beat by 40 or 50 points.
Yeah.
But if you don't show up in this first game, like we talked about this last week, Alex, everybody's going to go into Akron and Houston Christian thinking, well, it really doesn't matter what you do to them because I saw what you did to a quality opponent and you couldn't push them around.
Yeah.
You couldn't stay focused for 4 quarters. You didn't make the play when the rubber met the road. So they have to do that. I think they will, actually, but they have to. I feel like the pressure's on. But I do hope, the last week, I think we've just seen so much stuff on social media where they're having fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I want them to remember. Like, you're playing a game. Like, we take this serious, but at the end of the day, it's just football. Go have fun and play the game you love.
So I haven't heard this from the staff yet, but this team just seems like they are really together. Across the board.
Yeah.
Over the past few years, you've seen groups of guys together, but this team seems like they are together.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you see offense and defense, the CBS thing that aired last night, the sit down, and you got, the defensive guys know Raiola and Emmett, and it's not just, like you said, it's not just units in silos. We know the O-line's a little bit that way, but it seems like they're all pretty close. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to some keys for victory. I prepped you guys. I wanted 3. I think I have 5. So whether you got 3 or 5, what do you think are the things Nebraska needs to do to win? And I'll be honest. I think I might be a broken record this year. I might have the same 3 or 4 every single game.
Yeah.
Because of how important they are, and that's fine. But, Alex, let's start with you. What do you think Nebraska needs to do to win?
You got to win the turnover battle. That's huge. That first game of the year, Cincinnati's gonna try and throw the ball. You're gonna have some chances to make plays there, whether it's strip sack, fumbles, or interceptions. Like you have to win that turnover battle. But that also starts with taking care of the ball. Like I don't care. Like if you force 5 turnovers, but you only have 3, yeah, you won the turnover battle, but you didn't take care of the ball. So I would like to see like a 4-1 turnover margin here. Do you want me to go through all 3, or you just want to do one at a time?
Yeah, I mean turnover margin is one of mine.
Yeah. So the other one is I think you got to set the tone on defense with the physicality. Like you have to run around like wrecking balls, and you have to make people think twice about lowering their shoulders on you. You have the size to do it. And I mean, I go back to Colorado last year, guys. Like we thought that defense was just going to be animals all the time. So you got to set that tone early. You got to knock a few guys down hard, and then the last one is just take care of Dylan. Keep Dylan upright. Offensive line, do your job.
It's good.
Yeah. And that's it.
Andrew, how about you?
I'm going to give my 3, and I'm going to get off here and paddle to shore. So
let's do it.
All right. I have get off the field on 3rd down, especially this quarterback being able to use his feet a little bit. I don't want to see them scrambling on 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. Some of those long drives that we saw UCLA pull on us last year. So I know that that's been a goal of the defense. I'm going to say take care of the ball. And I'm going to say win special teams. So, key special teams play. Have more of those than they do, I guess, would be my keys.
All right. Before you paddle back, what's your score prediction? Okay. And then do you have an oddly specific prediction for the game?
All right. So I have Nebraska 43 and I have Cincy 29. I think Cincy scores late. So it's probably like 43-22, not a real close, maybe 21. They go for 2. Try to make a little comeback. I kind of have that shootout thought. I see Dylan throwing for a lot of yards. Oddly specific, I'm just picking a defender that we don't know about. So I'm going to say Watson Trent has 2 sacks in the game, 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the third.
Awesome. Well, man, I'm so glad you could join us. It was good to see you.
You made me hate my basement a little more, but
right. Yeah, I mean, it kind of. I thought this is better than the bedroom wall tonight. So,
are you?
Who has it worse than you?
Right.
Will you be back home before the game, or are you guys staying out for a couple days?
Okay, so don't make it jealous. This is 20 minutes from home, so.
Oh my gosh!
We're like I said, we literally are just get off work and come out to the lake.
All right, get out of here.
Go Big Red. Hopefully, be on a reaction on Thursday night after the game.
All right, all right, good to see you, man.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
see you, buddy.
Bye.
All right, so I will give my keys to victory. So turnovers is 1. I was a little bit more specific with special teams. Just steal yards. Can you steal some yards early in the game with a big punt return, maybe a blocked kick, just something? Can you steal some yards? It will help with momentum. It'll help the offense. Withstand the first 7 to 8 minutes of emotion. I think the first game, you have this. You have this also when you're going to play Michigan, probably Penn State, home against USC, right? There's those games throughout the year where you just know the first 7 to 8 minutes are going to be so emotional. Can you ride the wave, stay within yourself, stay composed, and then just make it about football? Because that's the hard thing. I think you know that from being like playing sports, whether it's basketball, it doesn't matter what sport it is. If it's about anything other than the sport in the first 5 to 7 minutes, all of a sudden what happens is what happened against Indiana last year. Mm-hmm. You just get lost in the emotion. So you're playing in Arrowhead Stadium, nationally televised game, 8 p.m., It'll be dark by the end of the first quarter. It's gonna big time atmosphere, but it's just a football game. Just play football.
Yeah.
And then my other one is make Sorsby uncomfortable. Maybe he's a guy that they hit late going out of bounds, but because he's a scrambler and a runner, you just have to make him uncomfortable. So whatever you got to do to do that, make him uncomfy.
Mm-hmm. No, totally agree. And I'm not advocating for trying to hurt anybody.
Yes, let's be clear. That's not what we're saying.
But make them think twice about waiting until the last second.
Yeah. All right, you got a prediction for the game, the score?
Yeah, I got two. I feel like it's going to go so well in the first half that I'm going to get not one, but 3 drunken phone calls from friends mad that I'm not there. Shout out to Jake. Jake actually gave me one last year at Colorado. But I think my oddly specific take is you are going to get a chunk play from Heinrich Harburg in the first quarter.
I thought that's where you were going.
I think you're it's likely going to be a seam route.
Okay, man, I would love to see it. Bring it on.
I'd love to see a tight end seam connected once for the first time in a while.
Before you die, let's make it happen. All right, what's your score prediction?
I'm close with Andrew. I have it at Nebraska 48 to Cincinnati 24.
Whoa. You're really excited about Dana. You believe. Okay.
I am. Vodka Red Bull. I'm going to be drinking vodka Red Bulls and wearing a mullet hat in honor of Dana.
You're all in. Okay. I love it. All right. So my oddly specific prediction is not very exciting, but it's that Kyle Kananen is going to hit a 43-yard field goal on the third drive of the game. All right. It's one of the ways we get to the score that I have. I think it's going to be Nebraska 37 and Cincinnati 21. So we'll have a couple field goals in there. I hope early, and then later in the game they finish those drives that they have. But 37-21. Honestly, I've kind of gone back and forth. I could see us getting into the 40s, mostly because, and I would even say not because of Nebraska's offense, though I think that's a part of it. I think Cincinnati's defense is going to struggle quite a bit.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get some short field from defensive stops and things like that too. Okay, I'm going to give you an over/under though. Longest play from scrimmage for Nebraska. Under or over 39.5 yards?
Oh, over. I feel like that'd be a gimme. Man, if I had to say, I would not be surprised if we see a 55 or 60 yard play.
Yeah, me either. I think we're gonna have a 40 to 45 yard run from Emmett. I think he's gonna break off at least 1 or 2 really nice chunk plays.
The great thing about Heinrich at tight end on those seam routes is he doesn't run like a typical tight end. I know he's put on a little bit of mass, but he hasn't lost a ton of speed from what we've heard. So, man, if he's open on a seam route, he's gone. Like, yeah, it's
over.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a long play like that, or they ran a seam like that. If it was a 60+ yarder, I would love to see it. We haven't seen one in years.
Or, we might finally see like a sweep where everybody picks up their block and there is a seam for Barney to go for 30.
Let's have those wide receivers pick up your blocks on the outside.
Yeah. So, no, I'm jacked. I don't know how I'm going to be productive tomorrow or on Thursday at work.
No. Yeah. It's going to be it's just hope springs eternal, right? We haven't we've won the off-season national championship, clearly, obviously
20 years in a row.
I mean, we've got people picking us to go to the playoff.
I was going to ask you, did you see what JD Pickle said today about Nebraska's offense?
Oh, I did. He's probably with you. He's probably like Nebraska is going to put 48 up on Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I do think.
I don't know enough about Cincinnati. Dana's that good.
I agree. So I don't know if it's you who does this on Twitter every now and then, but there's people I see who just tweet things like, I woke up again today and I just remembered Dana Holgerson's our offensive coordinator, and it's like some guy pinching himself or something. You're just like, yeah, like I do. Like sometimes I think Dana Holgerson's our offensive coordinator. And you think about in the history of Nebraska football, because of Tom Osborne being the OC for so long, we haven't had a lot of offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
I mean,
we went through like 4 under Bo, but
that's right. Yeah. So I mean, but on kind of like 2 hands, you can almost count the number of OCs we've had. And Osborne, we talked a couple weeks ago, like he was genius with what he did. I think with what Holgerson does in his system, I mean, he's up there. Like he's in college football, he's as good as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, right now, there's some really good OCs out there, right? Like, at one point, I would have loved Jamie Chadwell and Willie Corn offense, like.
Yep.
But Dana and Gundy would be like my 1 and 2 for who I want to run the offense.
Incredible, and he's here.
I know.
Well, I do
I'm
think
so excited.
I do think we're going to see something special. I don't mean special in terms of like, oh, this is going to be best offense ever, but special in terms of we're actually going to see an offense make sense. We should talk about this now. So once we hit stop last week, you and I talked about sequencing and telling a story with the plays that you call. And just like in a good novel or a good movie, there's little clues that the author or the director comes back to later on in the movie. And you're like, oh, that's why that was there. That's why I saw that tree. That's why the red shoes were, and I think that's what Holgerson does as he calls a game is we're setting up this so that in the third quarter with 9 minutes left, we can do this. That's what Osborne did. I mean, that's what makes a great offensive coordinator. And so it's going to have a sequence. It's going to make sense. And I think it's going to help the players play confident because they know, hey, we are calling this play for a purpose right now. Yeah. It's not just, well, I think we just, I want to do another end around. Like, no, like there's a purpose for why we're doing this at this stage in the game.
And also, like with some of this stuff, you might not see the end result of it until week 4, till week 5. Yeah. But like the best way for me to describe it, somebody last year when I was going crazy about the lack of sequence, somebody asked me what I meant by that. And the best way that I could dumb it, like this isn't to like challenge anybody's knowledge or understanding of anything, right? Like the best way that I can describe it so everybody understands what I'm talking about is in EA Sports NCAA 2014, for play action passes, they were built off of specific run plays, and you would run that play until the play action would light up red and said set up. So like you'll run a stretch play 6, 7, 8 times throughout the game. Hopefully you break off a couple for 8 to 12 yards. Yep. And then they're looking at it, and then you run that naked bootleg out the backside.
Yep.
That's what we've been missing. That's what we're looking for.
Yep. So I think we're finally going to see it.
Or a double move once in a while on the outside. Like if you hit a hitch 4 or 5 times, then guess what? That corner is going to be trying to jump that. Yep. That's where you call the double move. Like just things like that have not been a part of this. As good as Scott Frost was at calling plays, especially his third down quarterback draw, that seemed to always work. We still didn't do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So that's what we're looking for.
Well, it's a new day.
It is a new day.
It's a new day, and Dana and Dylan are. I think it's going to be quite the pair. And
I do too.
not just this year, at least another year. I don't know what will happen year 3, but I'm excited for the ride. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see him on Thursday night.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next time we see you guys, we'll hopefully be doing a post-game show. It might be midnight. I don't know if anybody will want to go to work on Friday, but Thursday can't come soon enough.
No, it can't.
I'm ready.
We're ready.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Go Big Red. Hope we enjoy a win, and we'll see you next time.